What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Fortnite Mobile update. Massive update, new way to build, new way to break apart your inventory bar. I'm going to show you how all that works in just a second. One of the biggest things for the update for me was, you know how every time the game updates once a week, you have to download the entire game again? You have to stay in app for 2 gigabytes, which depending on your internet speed can take a long time. Now you can go ahead and go into the game, hit the home screen, go into another app like Clash of Clans, do something in your base, come back, and hopefully the download is finished. So it does have the ability to now download in the background while you're in another app. The other thing is you now have the ability, when you're switching between the different options for firing, as if words weren't enough, now you'll know exactly how it works. Auto fire, crosshairs get on the body, and that's it. Tap anywhere, you just spam the screen wherever you want, and you're going to fire. And then, of course, the all-time fan favorite, the dedicated button. So that gives you the ability to do all that. The other huge thing with this update, we're going to go into build mode. If you drag down your inventory up here, there's 5 squares. So you can, if you want, take your inventory bar, drag it up top, or leave it, whatever you want, and you can bring down these individual squares, which is really, really cool. This gives us the ability to place our inventory bar, the different individual squares, wherever we want. Now, a couple things people are getting confused about here. Let's just do building for now, and we're going to take our inventory bar and bring it back down if we can. Hold on, I'm glitched. All right, we're going to bring this back down, and we'll bring that inventory bar right down here. Let's take this wall, for example. You do have the ability to do a couple things. First thing you can do is you can do slot type automatic. Let me explain what that means. This is assigned to inventory slot 0, so depending if you are in build mode or combat mode, by hitting the little hammer tool down here, it will switch between either your pickaxe or the wall. Or if you just want to lock it so it's permanently a wall, so that wall is there no matter what, then you can go ahead and set that slot type to build, and that button will permanently be a wall no matter what. It won't switch between axe and wall. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Let's do another example. Here we're using inventory slot 1, which is a floor, or it's your second weapon slot, which right now is my weapon SMG. So you can hard code these, or you can make it automatic depending if you're building or in combat mode. So we're going to go ahead and set that to build mode. Now you can switch these squares. I don't know why you would want 2 wall slots, but you can assign them to the different inventory positions. Of course, you got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to use the pyramids. And then slot number 4 here for building is like traps, bounce pads, jump pads, things like that. So this is pretty huge because now it's going to give us the ability, I really like this, to be able to place these where we want, where it's comfortable for our fingers. The issue is, as you can tell, there's no way to resize these things, and these buttons are way too freaking small. So I'm not going to be using it yet because I need bigger buttons on the screen. It's ridiculous how small the squares are, and they don't give us the ability to resize these buttons. I don't quite understand that, but as soon as they can, I think this is something we should mess around with. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of my inventory bar and just placing the squares where I feel is comfortable for my fingers. Now let's get into the new way to build. If you tap a current selected build item from the quick bar, it will now build the item. Let me give you an example. Right now I'm on wall. Typically, if you're on wall, what do you have to do? You have to press the trigger button or that arrow pointing down. That's how you build. You can actually hit the wall a second time and it's going to build. And if I hit the wall button again, it's going to build. So this gives us another way to lay down stuff, and I'm on my iPhone right now, and I don't play on my iPhone, so bear with me. But this is kind of cool. Rather than hitting the trigger button to build, you can actually build by just hitting that inventory item a second time, and then every single time you hit it after that, it's going to continue to build. The only downside to this is if you hold that, it's not going to turbo build. You'll run right off. I'm holding the button right now. I should probably be doing a hand cam. So to turbo build, you're still going to have to hold the trigger, and then you can build multiple ramps. And right now I'm holding the trigger button on the right. You can see it going black right now. But if I just hold this one here, it's not going to turbo build for me. It's going to just do it once, and that's it. So you will have to tap and spam those individual items here on these individual quick bar items in order to build more than one. So I'll probably still be using the quick bar button, but it does give you the ability, and I think a lot of people will possibly start using those to build maybe a little quicker. I'm curious to see the different HUDs that are created. Only other thing that got changed for us mobile players, you know that popping noise that would happen in between storms and stuff and blow your eardrums out? That popping noise is gone. Moving on to the update overall for all platforms, let's talk about building. Wood health got decreased massively. You can shred through wood a lot faster. Max health for wood used to be 200, dropped to 150. Also, the max health for metal increased from 400 to 500, so metal's even more stronger, although it takes longer to solidify, and wood is a lot weaker, so you can shred through wood a lot faster. I'm not sure how I feel about that, because people who don't build and just fire, especially with this new P90 compact SMG, they can just shred through material so fast. So professional builders are going to have a lot harder time going up against like rapid fire weapons, because they're just going to get their structure shredded to pieces. The P90, or the compact SMG that got added, has a massive fire rate, 50 rounds. It's way overpowered, best gun in the game right now. I'm sure you guys have seen it. That's going to get a nerf for sure. Slurp Juice got a big buff. Before, it only gave you 25 health and 25 shield. Now it does a total of 75, so whatever it does in health, once you've reached full health, will make it up in shield. So for example, if you're at 75 health, it'll give you 25 health to get to 100 health, and then an additional 50 shield. So a total of 75 granted first to health, and then once your health is full, then it starts going in and increasing your shield. So that is really, really cool. I think slurps will be carried more often. Nobody was using slurps for how they are. They just take them immediately. Nobody would actually carrying them in their inventories. With this change, people could start carrying slurps more with its healing ability and the ability to grant 75 shield with one slurp juice if you're at full health. That's awesome. That's the big updates. That's the stuff I cared about, at least. There's other things in the patch notes. Those are the big items that I care about. Those are probably the big items you care about. Appreciate you sticking by. Let me know, what do you think about this new customized HUD, being able to break that inventory bar out. We have a total of now 10 squares up top. We can hard code those to any slot that we want. Do you think those little squares are too small, though? I do. I tried it. I was missing those squares so much. So hopefully they give us the ability to adjust the sizes, and then all of us will have to experiment with different HUDs, so we can now start building and switching between weapons and materials much more quickly, putting those squares where it's comfortable for our fingers. Appreciate the support, guys. That is the big update for mobile Fortnite, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.